Hello, my name is Ray Lavery and I am now 7 months to 3 weeks pretty much on testosterone. It's now the 26th of November 2021, which I'm pretty sure is Thanksgiving Day in America, so that's you. Happy Thanksgiving Day. I didn't do one on month 7 per se because some things had changed and I thought that I would wait to video it. And I'll show you what I mean by that at the moment. So let's deal with the changes first. The changes, let me see, beard. Okay, so my whiskers continue to grow a little bit. I'm actually it's quite incredible how much they actually grow. Clearly, I look like I'm freshly shaven because I am freshly shaven. But what has happened is I used to have bits just sort of here, but now it's spread all the way under here, and there's also like hairs starting to appear here. Now it's all very fine. It's all very like fur-like, but not peach fuzz. It's a little bit stronger than that. Not that you can see it in any daylight. Like I'd have to leave it grow for ages for that to happen. I'm having to shave about once every 7 days or so. Otherwise, I literally look like, I don't know, like I just rolled myself in something. It's weird. But it's really quite pronounced under there. And I also have to shave all the way down to here now and literally almost behind my ears because there's loads of hair growing there, which, again, I didn't anticipate that. But sure, what would I anticipate? I don't know anything about these things. So that is interesting that is happening. It's a lot more stubbly. So when I shave, literally within about 4 or 5 hours, it's a bit like sandpapery, for want of a better word. And then after sort of like the second day, it kind of feels like you have sort of felt type of thing, where the hair starts to move, but then it starts to grow and it's growing. So it's quite incredible how much that is going. My sideburns have grown back a little bit. The barber just went on both sides really fast. I was like, oh my God, frightened the life out of the poor fella. So, but it's taken me a couple of weeks to grow those back to a reasonable level. They still look rubbish, I know, but you know, we'll give it a go and see, and hopefully they will get a little bit thicker as we go on. Yeah, that's it for that. So muscle growth, I have now upgraded. I was doing a lot of stuff on the rings and things like that, but it was kind of like a self-made workout, which was fine, but it wasn't really what would you say, it wasn't really all encompassing. Do you know, I was definitely missing muscle groups. So I was waiting for Jeff Cavalier's band program to come out, which has now come out. So I'm on that now, but almost a month, and I can see a difference. I can see a big difference. I'm much stronger. Shoulders got much bigger. I haven't measured. I'll measure next month, but because I don't think it's worth it now. But yeah, definitely. And also I can feel my stomach is starting to shrink a little bit, which is great. I got gastroenteritis a few weeks ago, and I literally went from 142 pounds to 136, and that has stayed off. So all of the sort of like fatty stuff that I had around my face is now completely gone. And also I'm continuing to drop weight, not to the level that I need, but what can you do? So we'll do that. Other things, hair that has grown. Again, I think I mentioned this last time, there's hair on my arm now. There's hair on this bit of my arm. What is that? I've never had that in my life, but I've never had hair anywhere. So this is all brand new. So when I look at it now, I can kind of see hair on my arm. Now still looking at it, there's nothing there. I got it. But for somebody who is literally like nothing, anything is quite a big thing. So there's quite a lot that is gone there, but it's still very light, and I hope it remains that way. I don't really want to be hairy, but my stomach has got furry, so I don't know if you can see it. Sorry about that. No, it looks like there's nothing there. Oh well. But it has gone quite furry down at this section here. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I wasn't anticipating that. Nothing on the chest, thank God. Not anymore. My legs feel down, not really. Anything on my thighs, not really. Nothing whatsoever, and I'm all right with that. I don't really want to be hairy. So voice that has changed. I don't know if you can hear anything. Maybe you can. I will do a comparison next month. So I'll kind of do them every 3 months to see where things are at. But I think I sound a little bit darker or deeper, but I don't really know. I'm still not being recognized on the phone even, so clearly nobody else can really see. Some people say to me, hey, have you got a cold? So I'm getting to that point of, have you got a cold? Okay, so not too much on that, but that's okay, we'll go. I mean, the fact that I just sound like I smoke 40 a day, that's pretty much all I've achieved, is to look like a butch lesbian who smokes 40 a day. That's my some achievements in the last 8 months, but we're hoping that that is something that will improve. Now, things that have changed, or things that are going on, I guess, I have got my top surgery booked. I might have mentioned that last time, but I am now going to go over to Connecticut to see a lovely lady called Laurel Chandler, Dr. Laurel Chandler, and she's going to sort me out. So that is very exciting. That is going to happen on the 25th of January. So I have 2 months to go, and so I have a lot of work to build up muscle and lose fat and stuff like that before that date. And considering it's December and it's the silly season with all this client entertainment and stuff like that, it's highly unlikely to happen. I'm afraid there's still a lot of beer and chocolate in my life, that is going to hold me back on that, but I will do my absolute best to not go overboard too much. It is me. Now, the top surgery, that's very exciting. I'm going to do my best to video that along the way. We'll see if the doctor is up for that. We'll find out on Tuesday when I have a chat with her. Other things that have happened, I realised that I don't know anybody in the trans community, really. There's all of these stuff on Facebook, but nobody really talks. Nobody really says anything. So I was a bit kind of bored with that. So an opportunity came up to take over a meetup group. So I have now taken up a meetup group. I'm now the proud owner of Transgender London. I put on some meetups and people turned up, and it's growing. So we're now at 190 people as of yesterday, and we get 2 or 3 people every single day who ask to join, and it's brilliant. So I've held a few meetups. I've met a bunch of people, you know, FTM, MTF, non-binary, loads of different variations of people and genders turning up, and a lot of them quite new to me, so it's very interesting to chat to people. Everybody's absolutely lovely. I'm having a great time. I'm making great friends, and everybody seems like they're very happy to be there. You know, the groups that with the meetups, they grow every time I hold them. So I have a bunch more, and I'll be doing a bunch more stuff for that meetup group as well. But I need to, you know, top surgery and stuff has to take priority for a little while. So that's very exciting. The last thing, and the reason why I didn't do the video last month, is because I have now changed over from gel to injection, and it was a whole debacle getting the injections. The surgery wouldn't give me any needles, and they wanted me to come in every 3 weeks, but Jesus, I travel a lot, and I can't be doing with that. So I was like, no, I'm going to do it myself. I just need you guys to show me how to do it and give me the equipment. Anyway, they literally had to have a clinical meeting, and I don't care what they did on that, because I got bored and I went out and I ordered everything myself. So I have enough needles now to literally last me for about 3 years, and I need 2 different types of needles. There's the other one there, because this stuff, which is an libido, is the box there. I know it's not going to do very much for you, but the box there, that is it there. So it is now T-Day, and so I'm going to inject myself, and I'm going to allow you to watch. So bear with me while I attempt to do this. When I was testing the camera here, it wouldn't move down, so I have to put my leg up, but we'll do the important things first. So I have my needle here, which is a 23 gauge 1 1/4 inch needle. I'm going to remove that for a second, because that's for actual administration. I need to draw up the testosterone first. And to do that, I have a 21 gauge needle, which is a little bit smaller. So just bear with me as what I do this. Sorry, you're just going to have to watch me faff around here while I do this. Now, there we go. There we go. So we are now ready for that. We just leave that there for a second. This is the stuff here. It's very oily. It's some sort of a peanutty type of oil that makes it very, very viscous, so hard to draw up. So let's see if I can actually do it. When the nurse showed me last time, I was just about able to do it, but it takes a while to do it. So to see if I can get everything out here. I'm not doing a very good job, but we'll try. we go. So just get rid of the air. I'm just going to swap the needle over. That goes in my Sharpie bin. In you go, buddy. And then this one goes on. So let's just get a drop up here. There we go, drop up. Now, we are ready to go. Here comes the fun part. So what the nurse said was swap over your legs left and right into the side of the leg, relax your muscle. Yeah, right. Try relax with this. So I think you can see that just about. All right, here we go. Go in 3/4. We are in. We administer. It's quite tough to put this stuff in. And we are done. So that all goes into, oh, don't lose that, into the bin as well. And that is it. It doesn't really hurt. Just to go through the skin, you kind of feel like a pinch, but after that, once it goes in the muscle, you don't actually feel it. Do relax your muscle if you're going to do that. Do it on the side here because you don't want to hit any sort of veins or arteries or nerves or anything like that. What will happen though over the next day or two is I'm going to feel like I've done a really hard legs day, and my muscles are going to be all tight and sore and stuff like that for a couple of days. It's not that bad. I mean, seriously. So that is, I'm just going to put everything in there, do I? Yeah, okay. So that's it. There we go. So that was me doing my second injection, and I'm going to be doing that every 3 weeks for the rest of my life. So that's it. That's me for my update. I hope you enjoyed that. I know it's unusual to see people give themselves an injection, but sure, anyway, I'm not too bothered. It's pretty easy. It's much easier than going into the doctor. So that's me. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I will see you again next month. So take care and goodbye.